Bitwarden is a great alternative. And let me enter that in for you guys. So they are open source. It's a much better company. The only reason I hadn't migrated to them is that I just had a lot of stuff that was still sitting in LastPass, and I said, hey, I'll get around to it. Well, better late than never. But much better InfoSec people. They're following better standards, good pricing. They also have a free product line. Highly recommend Bitwarden. It comes recommended by a lot of people. The problem with information security is that it's always a moving target. 10 years ago, LastPass was the shit, and a lot of people really looked up to them and thought that they were awesome, and now I guess they're not. So anyway, it is what it is, and if you are a LastPass user, I'd recommend you immediately migrate to a different service, be it Bitwarden or somebody else, and begin the process of cycling your passwords. If you have any private notes or credit card information or other things inside your vault, out of abundance of caution, probably good to rotate those notes. And in a cloud service, never store anything unencrypted. Always double encrypt. Let the cloud service encrypt and then store the file encrypted. So even if it gets compromised, you have an extra layer of security. And maybe I'll do some videos on that. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news. All this one's been floating around for quite some time, and I'd recommend that you guys read the Ars Technica article on LastPass hack. It's pretty dirty what's happened, and it's just extraordinary to me that they'd screw up this bad. But that's what happens. Information security is really hard. It's a shame that PGP is not more proliferated as a standard, because ultimately what would have made this a much easier thing to resolve would have been as if the vaults were encrypted with a client-side PGP key, in which case I wouldn't care at all that the vaults got leaked. I'd publicly post them. In fact, when we, for a Lace wallet, start supporting PGP encryption of paper wallets, I'm going to take some ADA, probably $1 million worth of it, put it into a paper wallet, encrypt it with PGP, and publicly post it on my Twitter, so you guys can try to break it. I'm very confident in those standards. Master passwords, even if they're quite long, it's just a dead standard, and it shouldn't be done anymore. So anyway, there are more than Bitwarden. There's KeePass and 1Password, and there's tons of these guys floating around. But we do need to be vigilant. So if you are on LastPass, begin the process of migration. If you have any personally identifiable information there, expect it to be lost. And if you have credit cards, these types of things, rotate them, change the numbers. And as for all of your usernames and passwords, you need to, at the very least, change your passwords. Unfortunately, the adversaries, if they break your vaults, will be fully aware of the accounts you have. So goodbye, LastPass.